they will justify their actions by actually releasing my son.
What efforts have you made to reach out to government agencies? Have you been able to go and inquire from any government agency as to what they're doing to ensure that he and his colleagues are released?
When this thing happened, the chairman of the council of the governing council of the University of Maiduguri, they came around to consult with us, and I just believe that the University of Maiduguri must have been making contacts with the federal government. Our only link is the University of Maiduguri. Despite the fact that they have not called us, the VC has not called us.
The VC has not called you?
He has not called us.
So you haven't heard also from the management of the school?
We have not had anything apart from the visit by the governing council, who came to console us after the incidents.
And that's it?
And that's it.
Wow. What about the government of Maiduguri? Have you been able to reach out to the governor of the state?
I cannot reach out to the governor. It is very difficult to actually reach out to the governor. He is supposed to reach back to us.
Well, the reason I ask you is that if they have failed to reach you, failed to reach those whose children have been kidnapped, in the course of doing their work, there'll be questions as to whether you two have been able to reach out to them. That's the reason I'm asking you these questions. But, moving forward, do you see any sign that perhaps, some work is being done on the vaccine, and maybe that's the reason why they're not talking?
Well, we used to hear that the federal government is negotiating, and we actually believe them. We are anticipating that they will hasten the process of this negotiation. We are hoping that at the end of it, the negotiation is going to yield results. These children are endangered. They are really living in a very difficult situation. You can expect the trauma that is happening to them. A minute is not actually the thing. It's 140 days living among these endangered people. Very dangerous to stay around.
Do you exercise any fears that, I can't even imagine as a father the kind of thoughts that will be going through your mind, considering the fact that these people continue to carry out suicide attacks. In some instances, they still try to take on communities. We've seen in some instances the Nigerian government and Nigerian army pushing back, against these militants. Do you fear that your children could be recruited into fighting for them, or being coerced into fighting for them?
Well, there is that fear. If one is left in their hands, they can do and undo. But the thing is that these are adults. And also the level of their education is a little bit okay. So we expect that they will resist any attempt to really recruit them into their own group.
If your son could hear you this morning as a father,
yes,
trying to talk to him, assuming for some reason he is able to get access to television, what would you be saying to your son?
What I will tell him is to take courage. He should take courage. God is going to see him through. We are keeping hope alive, and we are hoping that he will come back home very soon.
Now, if that should happen, we pray that that happens, of course, that he comes home alive, and that, would you still want him to work at the University of Maiduguri?
Well, that is an individual decision.
Yes, but
yes,
it will be ultimately his decision to take.
Yes.
But as a father, going through what you've been through, is it something that you would encourage him to do?
Well, I will not encourage him to stay in Maiduguri, because there is a lot of injustice and also a breach of trust. They went out to work for the federal government. The president is the Minister of Petroleum. He must have signed this project. And it was a project between the federal government and the NNPC joint venture. And I expected the federal government to take immediate steps to really rescue them. But they have not been doing anything.